Welcome back to all our friends, family, and yes, even our foes. To the Fox Den Sports Podcast, where Todd and his sports-passionate kids are ready to bring you the latest updates and insights on all things sports. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, here are your hosts, Kellen, Garrett, Gannon, and coming to you from the Fox Den, their dad, Todd Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fox Den Sports Podcast, along with my two oldest sons, Kellen and Garrett. I'm Todd Fox, and we got a lot again to talk about this week. And, of course, looks like Kellen is, as Garrett said, is ready to interview for the Oklahoma Sooner offensive coordinator position with his nice attire today. So thank you for dressing up, Kellen. We really appreciate it.
We're throwing it deep every play. I don't care what the people say.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's talk about it. Oklahoma and Ole Miss. I know we were favored to, or we weren't favored. We were expected to lose. I said 41-9. They played a little bit better than what I expected. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts, and also, was there anything positive coming out of this game?
I think there's a lot of positives coming out of this game. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that a loss I would have counted as a win in like the sense of just the season, how the season has gone, like I would have considered that game a win for how we've been playing this year. So I think it's Jackson Arnold finally has a guy. I mean, they talked about it during the broadcast, but Joe John went to Arnold and asked him what he likes to do, what plays he likes, stuff like that. And I think he just hasn't been able to have any coordinator calling any plays that he enjoyed doing or had any confidence in. And he used his legs, which opened it up completely on the offensive side. Both the touchdown passes were things that he made happen himself, getting out of the pocket, breaking a couple of different sacks. So I think that's a huge bright spot to take out of the game, as Jackson Arnold looked like he had a lot of confidence and a lot of trust. That being said, we still had a lot of drops as well, especially again on key third downs and stuff like that. Defensive line got zero pressure, which is, just embarrassing and pathetic. No turnovers still, which, we were rolling those first few weeks and we just stalled. We can't figure out how to get the ball on defense anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of positives come out of the game, especially on offense. I think it proves that Luttrell was the problem. I guarantee if Joe John was calling plays, we'd have another win under our belt. I do believe that. But, offensive line, we're on pace. Actually, I think next week we're probably going to break it already, but the most sacks allowed in program history. So,
You think Maine's going to get a sack on us?
Oh, have you seen that offensive line?
All right. I'm
just
asking.
They'll probably get – I bet you they get 3 or 4.
Okay. All right. Kellen, what do you got?
It's about what you could really expect. We looked better. I don't know what else you can expect from Arnold without having all the main receivers, so he did what he could with what he had. The defense is starting to fizzle out, which is sad. I think it could have been a different game if they get a turnover in the second half for sure. Because like I said, I projected us to win with a pick six or something like that. So it is what it is. I agree with Gary. I think the season as a whole would be different if we didn't have Luttrell calling the first 6 games or whatever it was. So it's an improvement as long as we can just keep going to the end of the season, give us a glimmer of hope so we can sip on that Kool-Aid for the off season. That'll be nice.
Yeah, if you're looking for encouraging things, because we still lost, and I'm not going to sit there and make any light of it. The fact that, hey, any moral victories. I know we had more first downs than they had. We had 24 and they had 18. We won time of possession, which whatever. Our defense didn't have to be out there as long, but I think Ole Miss had a much better offense to score on us. The thing is that it was tell of 2 halves. First half, I thought we looked obviously pretty good. And second half, not so much. And I don't know if it's more that Ole Miss took us for thinking that they were going to smoke us, and maybe I don't know the answer to that, and then they kind of readjusted at halftime and got their heads screwed up back on top. I don't know the answer to that. I just know, in my opinion, there's just some things like that first drive when we went for it on fourth down. I think we should have kicked the field goal. Just like this team, in my opinion, I understand probably what Venables is trying to do is get some momentum going and get 6 points, but this team needs to score points anyway, every way they can possibly get it. We're still not there. Offensive line gave up 10 sacks, a record for Oklahoma Sooner football. 10 sacks. We've given up 19 in the last 2 weeks. This is the most atrocious line I have ever witnessed for an Oklahoma Sooner team ever. It's pretty sad. So it's frustrating. But we do what we can, and we'll keep moving on. That's the first 3-game losing streak Oklahoma's had since 1998. That was John Blake's final year.
By multiple points, by double-digit points specifically.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well,
also, when did they add the 10th sack? It's only 9.
They added it after the game was over.
Neat.
So they gave up 10 sacks. So unbelievable. And again, that's just I feel sorry for Jackson Arnold, guys out there trying his hardest, and the guy can't get any time at all. It's very frustrating. Joe John, I thought obviously had a little bit better going on. My concern is, I'll be honest, my concern is if he sticks around and he's the offensive coordinator next year. I'm sorry. I want a clean house. It's just me. I want a clean house and keep maybe DeMarco Murray, and then who's the other guy? Is it the receivers coach? It's a really good recruiter.
Yeah.
Maybe keep a couple
Emmett
of those
Jones.
guys. And everybody else, including Beatonbow, can see you later. I don't care because I'm tired of it. I think we need to get some different folks in there and try something different. Venables last year will be next year if he doesn't get things turned around. What else?
I feel like, I had that scare during the game in the first half. I was like, man, obviously we're looking good, but I don't want him to be if he's so good, then yeah, sure, why not? But obviously that's not going to be the case. If he's just right at that line where it's yeah, he's good enough, we'll keep him. We just can't do that. We can't do that. We can't settle for it.
No.
But
We're not a good enough school.
Yeah. I also feel like maybe, I don't know if he's ever called plays before. I haven't looked that up. I think that second half showed it because I think he immediately went into catch-up mode as soon as they took the lead. And so we just stopped running the ball because we were having a decent bit of success in the first half with running the ball, whether that was Javonte or Jackson Arnold. But so I think we just kind of got a little uneasy and just started trying to make a big play. But he did a lot better than Latrell. Biggest thing, not biggest thing, but another takeaway is Taylor Tatum. That guy needs to hang on to the ball. That guy has fumbled so many times this year on big plays specifically. He has got to figure out how to hold that thing tighter because Javonte looked great. I think Sawchek, I don't know if he was out. I'm not really sure. He just didn't take a single snap.
I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah, and so, don't get me wrong, I think Taylor Tatum's going to be really, really good, but he has got to figure out the fumbling issues because they come at the worst times, and we got so lucky that we got that ball back.
Sure. No, I agree 100%. I know you were kind of going back and forth with one of the Ole Miss fans. Is that what it was? On one of was it Ole Miss?
Yeah, he brought up, or he started by bragging about a baseball championship, which just shows you what kind of football school they are. It's not a thing. And then it ended with him bragging about 9-10 sacks because we've allowed almost 30 in the last 3 games. So what he's essentially saying is Ole Miss's defensive line is nothing special. So because everybody's getting double digits on us just about. But yeah, it was just a sorry Ole Miss fan for a sorry football program because what have they ever done, honestly? He bragged about one New Year's Six bowl win, but sorry, not nothing special. If that's what you're happy about, there's a difference. There's a difference between Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Yeah, there is. And the thing is like there's rumors out there that Lane Kiffin's going to Florida after this season's over with.
Because
also,
once Jackson Dart leaves, he's got nobody, and Florida's got a really good young quarterback, so he's not going to sit there and waste his time.
I also read an article, which it's not going to happen. Him go to USC to replace Lincoln Riley. He's already been there. They fired him. I don't think he's going back. I could see him going to Florida though. And some of the guys I heard here locally were having a conversation, said that they didn't think it was smart, Ole Miss versus Florida. And I think Florida personally has way better, a higher ceiling on top of better recruiting possibilities. Now, granted, he's got some good recruits at Ole Miss, but Lane Kiffin is a good football coach. He could go somewhere else, and I truly think he will go somewhere else, in my opinion. But what do I know? You know what I mean? But yeah, to people that are going to sit there and rip on us, and I'm getting hammered on some emails and stuff like that as well, social media stuff. We don't belong in the SEC, folks. Here's the thing: I've said it before. 1 year, get us while we're down, enjoy it. Hopefully, we can get it turned around next year. But you guys all know, man. Like I've said it before. It goes up and down, up and down. You may have 4 or 5 years of success. I mean, it's all about recruiting. It's all about other teams as well, their coaching staffs and things like that. You can already see, in my opinion, we talked about earlier in the year before the season even started, Alabama coming down. You can already see that right now. I don't think Georgia's as strong this year. So, heck, I mean, and then Texas, I think, to be honest with you, I think Texas is a little overrated. I mean, I don't think they're going to be – they're the great team. I mean, Quinn Ewers, when he gets pressured and he freaks out a little bit and he throws interceptions. So
another quick thing from the broadcast, they just kept on mentioning how their Ole Miss's offense wasn't the same without Trey Harris, their number one receiver, which, don't get me wrong, he's the number one receiving leader in the country, so I do not doubt that by any means. But how do you think our offense would have looked all season if we had even just one of our 6 receivers?
Sure.
Like, give me a break.
Sure.
Give me a break.
So, speaking of our receivers, I had this to talk about. They're still out. And rumors going around here that all these guys, they're going to redshirt. What are your thoughts? They're not coming back. They're not going to come back in any part of the season, and they'll just redshirt. I'm talking Farouk, Burks, Nick Anderson, because the others, Anthony, he's not healthy at all anyway.
Well, I've seen Farouk can play kind of the last 3 to 4 weeks and still get an injury redshirt. So
he could? Okay.
That's a potential, but I mean, my biggest thing is making sure they stay, because
sure, I agree.
I mean, it's not like this year they're going to have any tape for other schools to watch and try and lure them away, but everyone knows who they are. Like, I can't stress this enough. Going into the year, we had a top 5 ranked offensive receiver core. Like, it was nationally known. We had talent all over the field. We had so much depth. And then after the first drive of the first week, obliterated, completely gone. I mean, and before that, but I mean, Farouk was obviously kind of the nail in the coffin.
1 or 2 getting hurt, okay. All 5? Are you kidding me? Kellen, how important do you think it is? And then as far with those guys being out, and also, would you redshirt these guys, or if you're their parents or whatever? I mean, you want them redshirting?
I think it all just depends on if they're going to stay or not. Like, if they'll stay, sure, redshirt them. But if they're not, like, redshirting is pointless in this day and age, because if you redshirt, you run depending on the player and depending on the love for the school, run a higher risk of them transferring, and that doesn't buy anybody any time. Like, redshirting, like, we could have redshirted Jackson Arnold last year and he ended up dropping off and all this, but, like, what good would it have done? If he's as good as what he's going to be, he's either going pro, or the way this year's gone, if he transfers, redshirt doesn't matter. So it all depends on if they will stay or not. Also, I mean, like, maybe if it gets to 1 or 2 games, okay, just don't risk an injury on them. But it wouldn't be bad to end the year hot. And if these guys are going to, I don't know, part of me thinks if these guys are going to stay, hey, get out there. Let's show these recruits what we can do and what we will be doing next year. But I don't know. It's a tough spot to be in. I'd say play him, but
also too, I mean, after this week, we're going to need just one more win to be bowl eligible. So I think if it comes down to, like you just mentioned, those last couple of weeks, not only showing these guys would have made a huge difference, but also recruits and to try and get into a bowl game.
No,
but
I
also
agree.
if they're going to transfer, these guys don't play in the bowl anyway.
Yeah.
Fair. But look at the difference this Jacob Jordan guy has made all of a sudden. Like a walk-on guy. Like, imagine if again we toss one of our actually good receivers in there. I mean,
get separation. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. No, I agree, and that kind of leads me next. I mean, we've got Maine coming up. Okay, we're 34.5 point favorites, and the over/under is 45 points for the game. Which, I mean, I guess what I'm asking is, what are you kind of expecting from this crew? And then also, my other question is, would you play a bunch of young guys to get them some experience? Some guys are going to be playing a lot more next year, or do you go with the guys that we have to try to offensive linemen? Kind of what I'm kind of getting at. Or do you put these guys in there to try to? What are you going to do? You're the head coach. What are you doing?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you could start playing guys now, and they could play every single game. And this is again specifically those freshmen.
Played before, yes,
exactly. You could still redshirt them. So I think that there's potential. We'll see some younger offensive linemen. I know we had a couple this recruiting class that a lot of people thought might start coming into the season. So maybe we'll toss some in there and see what they're made of. Because I mean, that was Caden Green last year. He wasn't supposed to start. And then he got a few snaps and just ran with it. So maybe we have a Caden Green under our belt. So who knows? But no, I think we'll definitely see some of those freshmen out there. And I think you'll see a lot more just kind of personnel groups for sure in a game like this specifically. Try and see if we can't find something to spark both sides of the ball.
Sure. Kellen, what do you think?
I mean, I guess I'd play whoever we think is going to be playing next year. It doesn't have to be about getting freshmen in. It's going to be who is playing next year. Because what we're doing right now is not working. I mean, if we have a guy, it's like, okay, he's going to improve. He's going to play next year. Keep him going. But at this point, get some guys some reps that are going to play all season next year. Because like I said, just everything for the past few weeks has not been working. So why not?
I think if we have the opportunity, we're going to run that score up as much as we can, because this is about it for the season. Maybe you never know, but possibly. But if there's somehow, some way they're getting some even confidence going into the game, who do we play after that? Is it Missouri after that?
Mizzou.
Yeah, so that's the only other game. I shouldn't even say that, but that's the one I think that it's possible that we win.
Well, because their quarterback might not even be in, so he's questionable. Mizzou, and he's the only reason they came and won against. Let me see here, who was it? Auburn, because he came back mid-game after going to the hospital and kind of brought them back. But yeah, no, I mean that's a game we should definitely be able to win, even if he's playing. I think, like you just mentioned, this next week, just try and build it for confidence, especially for Arnold, honestly, get him 5 touchdown passes, get him 300-400 yards, make him feel really good and confident about himself and the rest of the team out there that he can actually make something happen.
And this is the kind of game, Kellen, that Joe John Finley can maybe try a few things, right? That since this is his second game ever to be able to call, but maybe he can try a few things out on Maine. Now, granted, this is not going to be the same defense they're going to play against Missouri, Alabama, or LSU, but trying some things out. What are your thoughts there?
I mean, just take some shots. I'd borderline let Arnold call some plays. Just let this man have some fun. Let him get out there, take shots, take some little runs. Just I don't know, just let him get out there, have fun, get comfortable. Just see what happens. Like you said, gain some confidence. But I just want to see his arm. I
agree.
That's what I kept complaining about for the first 4 or 5 weeks. Why are we not throwing it deep? I just want to see him throw it.
I mean, like I said earlier, those 2 touchdown passes were phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
especially the one where he broke 2 sacks and then rolled out right for Jordan. Like, that was what we expected and hoped to see all season. Again, just hasn't been there. And the first one to Bauer Sharp, to be honest, I thought he almost overthrew it. But he, again, stepping up in the pocket and just finding the wide open tight end. I mean, I've said all season, even whenever he was sucking, like, he's got so much talent. He's so much talent.
No, I agree 100%. Anything else with the main game that you want to see, happen or wanting to see evolve? I mean, I would love to see no sacks given up by the line, but to your point, I mean, what was it? I can't remember who the first couple teams we played. I know Houston was one of them. Was a Temple. I mean, they got to us as well. So I don't see any reason why Maine won't be able to do the same thing. It's unfortunate.
I'd like to see just 3 or less,
Ah,
which is crazy against a team like this. Yeah, but
yeah.
Going from 10 to 3. Okay, I don't care. I don't care
Improvement.
who you're playing. Like, yes, it's crazy to say against a team like this, but we're not good on offense.
No.
And also, too, I mean, heck, they play those younger guys also to give those starters that, a little bit of rest to try and get healthy, because I know we've been missing a couple of guys on that offensive line. I mean, they mentioned it. I think that was our 6th or 7th different starting offensive line group of the season.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I want to see no turnovers on the offense. I want to see a good healthy third down percentage.
Yeah.
Minimal punts.
Red zone scoring. I want to see a lot of red zone scoring too.
What about on the defensive side of the ball? What do you want to see? Because I feel sorry for those poor guys that have been out there bringing this team along all season long.
I mean, I always want to see turnovers, but I want to see some 80-yard drives by the offense at this point. We know what the defense is capable of.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. I mean, we've seen them go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the country and hold their own, so it's more of just having a complementary offense, because we had 2 of our longest drives of the season this past week. One of them was a 90-something touchdown drive, and the other one we missed on a 4th and goal. I think it was like 70-something yards, but so just more of that, like Kellen just mentioned, would be huge.
Looking forward to it. Are you coming to this game, Garrett, or no?
No.
No. No shot, huh?
Visiting Gannon.
Oh, cute little
Why?
Gannon. What'd you say? Say why? Well, because I don't know, but no. Excited to see the Sooners against Maine, because I want to see some scoring. I have not seen much at all this season. So,
My score prediction.
Let's do that. This is some score prediction.
I'll go 42-13. 42, it does seem like a lot, but again, whenever we scored 51 against Temple, I think Joe John's better than Luttrell, and I think Temple's also better than Maine. So, I'm going to go 42-13.
Dog?
I was going to say 38-13. So,
well, Oklahoma 52, Maine 13.
oh, look who's jumping on the bandwagon now.
I'm not jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, welcome.
All I'm saying is that they're going to score. They're going to be okay. We may not score any in the next 3 weeks. So, well, Missouri they will, and they'll still score against Alabama. But we're gonna get out there. We're gonna show them. I think there's going to be several guys that are ticked that are wanting to show some folks. I think you'll see. Jackson Arnold take some chances. I think he'll probably throw at least one pick because of that, because he's trying to take some chances. And
that's where 13 comes from. I think they'll get a decent field position on one of those.
Yeah, sure. No, I agree 100%. All right, so moving on. We got some, got a good question here to ask you guys here in just a second. But first off, some of our listeners want to know, What was some of your favorite Halloween memories as children? Do you remember? Do you have any like Halloween memories? Do you remember? Let me ask you guys this: do you guys remember that first year we lived in Iowa? You were little, of course. You got Kellen, maybe. Yeah, maybe not so much. And we're sitting around. We just gone on vacation, and back then our vacations consisted of
Oh, I know what this
either
is,
like a
yeah.
New York City or back home in Oklahoma to see family because we were so far away. But we were sitting around. It was a Bennigan's, and I asked you guys. I said, "Hey, do you guys really want to go trick or treating?" Because I think trick or treating was either that night or the next day. I couldn't remember. Or would you rather me? Or would you take $20 to not go? You guys chose the money. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, great choice.
Best investment I've ever made.
I
Buy a lot
I
more
just didn't know. I
candy.
know we handed out candy, and we bought a bunch from wherever, probably the Evil Empire because I used to work there. But it's probably where we got a bunch of candy from. But you guys do remember that? So what was some of your favorite costumes that you ever had as kiddos?
I always thought Kellen's Scarecrow was pretty solid.
That one was terrible. I gave Mom all these plans, designs, and she bought me a piece of fabric and sewed it together.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I remember I thought it was gonna be something cool, and I'm like, could you even see out of that thing? Like these little
Yeah, I can
holes
see
that were
everybody
cut.
laughing.
You had to have so many rashes taking that thing off. There's just
Oh yeah, that thing was itchy. The year before that, though, my Joker costume,
Yeah.
that one was solid. That was probably the best one I ever did.
I like my Two-Face one or
Yeah. Yeah.
what's Woody's horse?
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
I always think I was Buzz Lightyear that year, and the costumes were just different back in the day. Like I had a Batman costume when I was like 3 or 4. That thing had like a shell. Like it was quality.
All right, so then you guys are going to have hopefully have a sheet of paper and a pen close by because you're going to have to write down some numbers or keep track or something because there's no way I'm going to be able to keep track of this.
Holy crap!
But
Yeah, Paul's not the brightest light. So
well, it's 10, dude. I mean, 5 is hard enough. I mean, daggum 10, no shot. So
10 what?
rank these 10
line
Halloween candies.
Oh
is
my
basically what you're going to do. Like
gosh.
Halloween candies, they're going to be small.
There's probably only
Remember,
2 or
like
3 I like.
so. Well, good. So you're going to rank them. 1 through 10, and you don't have to write down what I'm saying. You just make sure you write down the number of that you've already used. You know what I mean? Like maybe want to write 1 through 10 and put an X.
Yeah.
Well, I have to explain it to you because you guys don't understand what the heck's going on. So, where would you rank Starburst in that?
9.
Just like the Red 94 Starburst or, or whatever you
I
call
don't
that
give
thing.
2 rips on which one Starburst it was.
Yeah, I'll go 8.
All right, plain M&Ms, plain ones.
9.
7.
Smarties.
10.
10.
Yeah, I hate those things, man. It'd be 11 to me.
Those things are
Twix.
just literally.
I hate those things.
What about Twix?
7.
4.
Reese's.
1.
2.
Snickers.
2.
Ooh. I'm going to go 1.
Spit it out. All right. 1. What's wrong with you? Milky Way.
Yeah, 6.
5.
Kit Kat.
3.
Yeah.
5.
Skittles.
8.
That gum, dude.
I guess I could go 4.
What number do you got left?
6.
3.
Candy corn.
Oh.
No shot, dude.
I like candy corn, but it's not
$100,000
3.
bar or whatchamacallit or something in there.
The only time I like candy corn is if you put it with peanuts and tastes like a Payday. Payday's a good candy bar.
Where was Payday on the list?
It wasn't. That's why I threw a little curveball.
Yeah, I know.
What
And I'm
is it?
asking where was it?
It's down the list.
I don't know if I've ever had candy corn. It looks
Oh,
like
you
wax, so I've just never touched it.
I mean, it's not bad, but for 3 is
It's not
outrageous.
bad. It stinks.
My list is pretty accurate.
Well, you're a
Candy
picky
corn
eater,
would
so.
definitely go below M&M's, but not a big M&M guy.
I'm not a picky eater. What are you talking about? Look at this body. You call me a picky eater?
Oh, we got Ma cooking for your appeal,
For my what?
Whatever Pa
Really?
wants.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever I want. I don't think so. Whatever. All right. Well,
What are you having tonight?
Huh?
What are you having
some
tonight?
kind of roast. I don't know. Some kind of roast or meat or something. I got no idea. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leftovers in there too. So
Point proven.
Gary's having a pancake and a
I
sausage.
didn't ask for it.
Maybe a corn dog if I got one in there.
It's the corn. It spilled all over your pants, right? It was the corn. The Fox Den Sports Podcast would like to thank all of our listeners for listening to the podcast again. I know we got a lot going on. Please stay at the end and make sure you see where you can listen to us at. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got hats out there, Garrett. How much are these hats for everybody? This is our second batch of hats or third batch. I can't remember. We've sold some. So Garrett, how much are we selling on these things? I can't even remember.
$35.
$35. Kellen, we got the Fox Den Sports Yeti that you can get with us on. Kellen, I don't remember how much it is, but I mean, if not, email us at whatever our email address is. We got so many daggum emails that.
Hey, the more of you that email us about that Yeti, I could probably knock it down a little bit because I can order a lot at once. But just one or two of you, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, man. Like soon you may be able to buy these in stores. I'm just saying, it'd be because we're
Starbucks tried to get the rights to the Fox Den, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, but I need more. I need more out of those guys. So, but anyway, we appreciate everything. We want to remind everybody that iron sharpens iron. Please stay safe. Be savage, not average. And remember to join the Skulk as well as, what was the other one, Kellen?
Stay thirsty, my friend.
Yeah, stay thirsty, my friends, please. And until next time, Garrett, take it away.
Goodbye, everybody.
Texas, you still stink.
Thank you for listening to the Fox Den Sports Podcast. Be sure to subscribe for free to our YouTube channel, Fox Den Sports. And also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Fox Den Sports and on Facebook at Fox Den Sports Podcast. You can also email us at foxdensports@yahoo.com. This has been Fox Den Sports.